So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna talk about what happened in the last episode of Food Wars and what might happen in the future of the series. This is anime only because I don't read the manga because I want to be surprised about what's gonna happen next. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna separate the video in 3 to 4 parts. At first I'm gonna talk about Erina Nakiri and what's gonna happen to her in the next arc. Secondly, I'm going to talk about the 6 members of the Elite 10 and their motive for changing the Academy's director. After that, I'm going to talk about Erina's dad and why was he banished from Totsuki Academy. And lastly, I'm going to talk about Yukira's role in the next arc. So don't worry if you watch only the anime because there will be no spoilers from the manga. So let's get to it. So far, what we know about Erina is that she has the god tongue. That's what they call it. She's the granddaughter of the current director of the Totsuki Academy, and she's a member of the Elite 10. In the last episode of Food Wars, we were introduced to her father, and for a reason that we don't know yet, she was scared of him. But what we know is her grandfather said that he should have never let him near her when she was a child. And what we know is he's the one that taught her how to cook. So what I think happened is when she was a younger child, her dad, when he was teaching her how to cook, was teaching her in a harsh way, and that experience traumatized her for life. And the only thing we know about her studies is that his dad teach her how to cook 10 years ago. That's a long time ago. So we don't know how he teach her, so that's why I think she was taught in a harsh way. This is an image from the opening song, and as you see, Irina is chained, and I think that's a clue on how she will feel like in the next arc because of her father and the other member of the Elite 10. The last thing I want to say about Irina Nakiri is it seems like she's idolizing very much the father of Yukihira. So one thing that we know for sure is in the next arc it's gonna be very difficult for her. So I'm excited to see a character development in the series. So now that I'm done talking about Irina's part of the video, we are going to discuss the 6 members of the Elite 10 and Irina's dad. As we know, the members of the Elite 10 have greater power than the director of Totsuki Academy himself. The way that the vote system works is the majority of the members of the Elite 10 has to agree to something. So 6 members of the Elite 10 decided and agreed to change the director of Totsuki Academy. That's why Irina's granddad is being removed and replaced by Irina's dad. We don't know the motives of the 6 members of the Elite 10 and why they want Irina's grandfather to be removed and basically being replaced by his son. I think in a way Irina's dad manipulated them to choose him as the new director of the academy. Or maybe they didn't think the academy was rough enough. So yeah, at this point it's just speculation, but I'm excited about what's gonna happen next. There's one thing that looked off though. Kuya didn't seem to know that this vote happened, and Irina was really surprised when they announced that her grandfather was going to be replaced. So does that mean that 6 members of the Elite 10 can agree to something even though the 4 others didn't even know about the vote? That's one of my biggest questions about the Elite 10 members. So I talked about everything I wanted to say about the Elite 10 members. So now I'm going to talk about Irina's father in particular. We know little about him, but what we know is he got banished of Totsuki Academy for a reason that we don't know yet, and that he teach Irina how to cook. There's something that I'm almost sure of, and it's that he was a member of the Elite 10 when Yukihira's dad was at the academy. But yeah, there's not a lot to say about him. The only thing I know is he's gonna make Irina's life very hard at the academy. And that I know for sure is he's not gonna like Yukihira. That's for sure. But yeah, because we don't know nothing about him, there's really not a lot to say. So yeah, we're done here. Now we are going to talk about Irina's granddad, Yukira Soma, and what I think is gonna happen. So because of Irina's hardship, what I think is gonna happen is Irina's grandfather is gonna ask Yukihira to watch over and help her throughout her new journey because he knows that Irina's life is gonna be harder and harder and he wants someone to be there when she'll need it. And I'm pretty sure he knows that Yukihira's dad is the idol of Irina. That's why he's asking him to help her. We are now in the final part of the video. We are going to talk about Yukihira's role in the next arc of Food Wars. I'm not really sure about that, but I think Yukihira is gonna become an Elite 10 member, and that's how he's gonna challenge the other 6 members of the Elite 10 to reinstitute the granddad of Erina as the director of Totsuki Academy. What I think we're gonna see a lot is a lot of scenes with Yukihira and Erina together because Yukihira genuinely wants to help Erina throughout her misery. Except for that, I don't really know what Yukira's gonna do in this next arc. But yeah, that was my discussion video. Let me know what you think is gonna happen in the comments down below. I really like doing this video. Let me know what you think about it. Like, comment, subscribe for more. And if you didn't go see my review about episode 5, go watch it now. Next is gonna be my episode 6 of Food Wars review. So thank you for watching. Peace.